Linear search is straightforward and simple. Let's say this is our array and we want to check if 7 is present in the array or not. In linear search, we start at the beginning of the array and check to see if the first element is the element we are looking for. If it is, we are done. If it isn't, as is the case here, we move to the next element in the list. We repeat this sequence until we have found our item. Or we reach the end of the array and know that our element is not present in the array. In this case, we found 7 at index 3 in the array in 4 steps. Remember that it took us 4 steps to find 7 in the array. We will come back to this point when we will discuss binary search and compare the number of steps needed in both the algorithms. Let's see an example of the element not present case also. 6 is not present in the array. We check each element of the array until we reach the end. Since we have checked all the elements of the array and didn't find 6, we know that 6 is not present in the array. Let's switch to BlueJ and see the Java program for linear search. This is the linear search program. Here we declare and initialize an int array. It has the same elements that we saw in the example. Next, we ask the user to enter a number that we will search in the array. We accept this number using the next int method of scanner class. In this loop here, we perform linear search to check if n is present in the array or not. We go over each element of the array and compare it with n. If we find a match, we know that the element is present in the array. There is no need to continue with the rest of the iterations of the loop. So we break out of the loop. Otherwise, we continue checking the remaining elements of the array. Outside the loop, we check if I is less than the total number of elements present in the array. If this condition is true, it means that we found n in the array and exited the loop by executing the break statement. So I will contain the index of n in the array. If this condition is false, it means that we looked through all the elements of the array but didn't find n, so n is not present in the array. Let's execute the program and try to search for 7 in the array. After accepting the number from the user and initializing I to 0, program control comes to the for loop. In the first iteration, the first element of the array, which is 1, is compared to 7. As they are not equal, the condition is false. Break statement is not executed and program control goes back to the beginning of the for loop. I is incremented to 1. As I is still less than 5, second iteration of the for loop starts. The second element of the array, which is 8, is compared to 7. They are not equal. Loop enters its third iteration. The third element of the array, which is 4, is compared to 7. Not equal. Fourth iteration begins. Fourth element of the array is 7. It is equal to n, so the condition becomes true and program control executes the break statement. Program control moves out of the loop to the if statement. The value of I is 3 and arr.length has a value of 5, which is equal to the number of elements in the array. If condition is true, this println statement prints 7 found at index 3 in the array. Now let's see the case when the number is not present in the array. I will execute the program again. This time I want to find 6. My program correctly tells me that 6 was not found in the array. That was linear search. As I said before, simple and straightforward, isn't it? Next, we will look at binary search.